Turn the page, light the spark. Magic lingers after dark. Plot twist, heartbreak, dragons too. Book club chaos coming through. Spoilers fly and curses sweep. Grab your favorite fantasy ship. Nikki and Justine are here. Your new book besties in your ear. Welcome to the Uncensored Authentic Book Club podcast, where the stories are magical and the opinions are unhinged.
Welcome to the Uncensored Authentic Book Club podcast. We're your hosts, Nikki and
Justine.
we are just two girls that love books and honestly love talking about them even more, especially about those books. So if you're someone who gets way too invested in fictional characters, has strong opinions about plot twists, or just loves a good book chat, you are in the right place. We are so excited to book club with you guys today. But before we get in, we want to do a quick heads up. This is your official warning. There will be spoilers, okay? Lots of spoilers. And there will be some language, hence the uncensored part, okay? So consider yourselves warned. Let's get into it.
I love that you say some language because
We're not like
a lot of the
filthy-
times,
but we're
No,
not
we're not.
filthy pirates that's like
We're
every other word.
you're right. You're right. I feel like I have a horrible mouth. So
Why? But like
that's why.
it's not, I don't feel like it's like, I don't know. I don't think it's that bad.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Welcome to the podcast. So this is the last episode of Apprentice to the Villain. It is the
Mhm.
third episode. If you missed anything and this is where you're starting, don't go
Don't.
back to episode 1 because we are currently reviewing the
stop
last
now.
part. Please stop. We're currently reviewing the last part of the second book. So this is the last like 25-ish chapters. And once again, we are going to pick up right where we left off. Tristan is dying. That is where we left off.
That's a great way to.
Thank you.
Good intro. Good intro.
He's dying. Becky's brother. So everyone is gathered in. We're in Becky's mansion, right? Her family fortress. And Becky's brother bursts in and says, I think that the villain is losing his battle with the truth destiny glowing plant, right?
Yeah.
So this is after everyone's just sitting there chit-chatting about, oh, stay here for a while. And Becky's like, well, we'll see. Well, we're sending for Nora, so you have to stay until she gets back. So they've all decided they're going to stay. And then her brother comes in and screams this, and Evie has like a major panic attack, right?
Of course, yes.
Evie's already in a high pressure situation. She's there looking for her mom. Her mom might be coming, like she thinks she's coming back,
Right.
She thinks she's meeting her mom for the first time. She's meeting all these people who are clearly like not great to Becky, and like she doesn't love that. And now Becky's brother's running in saying that the villain is dying. So
Right.
Evie's like a full-blown panic. She runs to the gladiator ring, and her older brother is like, what? Like, you're gonna jump in? Like, every person that has ever tried to face off against this destiny plant dies. Like, they die.
Yeah.
And she's like, well,
Then
oh,
I'm
well.
dying. Then I'm dying because I'm going in.
jumps right on him. So I have to back up. So I forgot to mention that while they're all sitting in the room before Becky's brother bursts in, Becky's mom tells everyone why Becky isn't there anymore and why she doesn't trust her mother. And it's because Reina Fortis tried to sell Becky's magic to King Benedict
Mhm.
to save Renadon and to save her grandma
Yeah.
without Becky's permission.
We have a lot of like horrible like parents,
Yeah.
I feel, in this
Yeah.
series.
I already was very iffy about Reina Fortis, like from the beginning. And
Mhm.
once that is revealed, I was like, I have no respect for this cunt.
No.
So see, this is why we warn.
Could have warned me, Justy.
I use that word in my everyday vernacular, so I don't even think about it as a bad word. So apologies to everybody here.
Don't apologize. She is. She's a horrible mom.
I
To her
yeah.
daughter. Yeah.
Yeah. So fast forward,
'Kay.
Evie jumps in, right?
Yes.
So in this dream state that the plant of destiny has Tristan in, he sees Evie, and Evie is like trying to seduce him, and he knows it's fake.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
can
yeah.
tell right away that this is not the real Evie.
Which I love. Which I
I
absolutely
love it so much.
Yes.
Somehow, the real Evie is able to penetrate this magic that like this plant is showing Tristan.
Mm-hmm.
And now she's in this like reality, right? In his head. And she throws or takes off her shoe and throws her shoe at the back of fake Evie's head. And I'm like,
Like, even in your dreams, you can't have dream me. You can only have real me. Thank you
you
very
can only have
much.
real me. Oh, what is this bitch doing?
Yeah, really though.
So they are standing there arguing, and Tristan's like, "What are you doing here?" And she's like, "I've come to save you." And he's like, "No, I'm already doomed. Get out of here. Save yourself." And so they're like arguing back and forth, and through this, he proves to the Destiny plant that he is worthy of living because he is ready to die. He says to the Destiny plant, no, don't mind her. Take me.
Right.
Don't touch her. Take me.
Right.
So the Destiny plant's like, fuck. Foiled.
Yeah, I almost had him. I almost had him.
But it tells her that, or tells him that, you know, you've proved yourself. Congratulations. And then
so enthusiastic.
that's how I think that it was. Congratulations, you live. But then fake Evie, who is this plant, leans in and whispers something in Tristan's ear, which we don't hear. We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And then it releases them.
Yeah.
And when it releases them, Tristan is in almost like a comatose state.
Yeah.
And they have to take him to the infirmary. And on their way to the infirmary, he says to Evie, "Don't leave me." Swoon. So cute.
It is adorable. I do love that.
He's like, I promise I won't leave. So she stays by his side.
Yeah.
So she's sitting in the infirmary with Tristan, who's like in and out of consciousness. He's holding her hand.
Of course he is. Because he craves her even in unconsciousness. I love it.
And so Reina Fortis comes in. So in the infirmary, there's Tristan and then there's Grandmama. So the only two people in the infirmary.
Poor grandmama.
Has the mystic illness. So of course she has to be in here.
Yeah, poor grandma.
So Reina comes to visit her mother, and she is a total bitch about Becky. Like, she's saying that just a bunch of rude stuff about Becky.
Yeah.
And Evie literally stands up and says, "With all due respect, bitch, you're wrong." She doesn't call her a bitch, but I do.
She should. She should absolutely call her a bitch.
She tells her mother all the reasons that Becky is an amazing person
Mhm.
and that her mom would be lucky to have her at this estate. And her mom is like, okay, well, I gotta go.
I just got told off by a toddler. I gotta go.
My place by Evie
I'm like, oh,
Sage.
okay.
How awkward. And then Evie sits back down, and in comes Becky, and she overheard everything. And she's like a little emotional, right?
course,
And she
yeah.
said, "Why did you lie to her?" And Evie's like, "I don't know what you're talking about.
I didn't.
I didn't lie. And she's like, everything that you just told my mom. And she's like, single thing that I said was true. So Blade is with Becky, of course. When is Blade not with
No one goes anywhere alone.
Becky? Alone. No one travels alone. So Becky sits down and she grabs Evie's hand and she's saying like really nice things about Evie, and they're like reminiscing about like the first time that they met and like the things that they said to each other, and how like Becky like didn't mean to come off that way, but like
Right, yeah.
she had been working for the villain for 3 years already, and like she has all this family stuff going on, all this stuff.
They're bonding. It's adorable.
They're bonding. It's cute. She's literally holding Evie's hands
Yeah.
and sitting next to the villain, and she's telling Evie essentially that the villain is in love with her without saying the villain is in love with you.
Yeah.
She's like saying he's a different person, Evie. Like,
Yeah.
I've known him for 3 years, and like the person that he is now is not who he was then. And she's like, she says, because Evie's like, I just feel bad because like I feel like I stole this position out from under you. And like Becky starts laughing and she's like, I did not want your position. I know that's a rumor going around, but I did not want your position. And she's like, can I tell
jump in
you
real
a
quick?
secret? Yeah.
The funny thing about this too is that in the epilogue of the first one,
Yeah.
I think we find out that like his assistant was never a position.
It wasn't a thing.
until- Yeah,
Until her.
until he met her.
Yeah. And
So,
that's
like,
essentially
that whole rumor between them and then causing that tension.
it didn't exist. It didn't need to
It
happen. It
exists.
was just
Yeah.
stupid shit around the
Office gossip.
office. Yeah.
Mhm.
But and that's what Becky's essentially trying to tell
Yeah.
Evie.
Yeah.
She's like, there was no assistant position
Yeah.
for me to want.
Yeah.
And Evie's like, what do you mean? Did someone else have it before me? And the villain is like half awake, half unconscious, and he literally mutters, stop telling her things in his like, he can hear what's happening. And Becky ignores him. And she said, Evie, the assistant position did
Mhm.
not exist before he met you.
Yeah.
So for some reason, Evie takes this the complete wrong way. She thinks
It's like another miscommunication.
and it drives
I
me
hate
fucking
it.
nuts, dude. She thinks that Becky means that he felt pity for her.
Right.
So he opened
she
a
was
position.
unemployed.
Yeah. So he opened a position solely because he pitied her.
Yeah.
So instead of the clearly obvious reason,
I like you and want you around, so I'm making a
because
position
he
for you.
fell in love with her from the very first time that she literally stumbled on him
Right.
in Hickory Forest.
Right.
No.
Right.
Evie goes the complete opposite direction. So Evie stands up and she's like, I need a minute. Blade, can you stay here with him? Because like I promised somebody will be here with him. Can you stay here with him? I need to go. I need to scoot. So she scoots out. She goes out to, I guess, the courtyard, and she finds all of Becky's brothers like dueling, like practicing,
Yeah.
fighting,
Sparring, whatever. Yeah.
They are all like trained warriors, right?
Mhm.
So they have to spar to keep up all their, skills. And the second oldest brother stops
One
her.
of the brothers.
One of the brothers. There's 4 of them. Who knows?
Brothers.
One of them stops
them.
her and says, do you want to join us? And she's like, oh, no, I'm okay. I don't fight. I don't know how to fight. That's not really my thing. And they're like, no, come on, let's come fight with us. And she finally agrees to like duel with them. She's like, I guess, you know what? I guess it's a good thing for me to learn some of this shit, right?
I mean, she's been attacked how many times?
So exactly. So a couple hours later, right? She's still dueling with them in the thing, and it's time for his name starts with an R. He's the oldest.
it
brother.
Roland?
He's Roland. He's the dick.
Yeah.
That's him. It's his turn to spar with Evie.
Wait,
So-
is Roland the mean one?
Yes.
Oh, I thought he was the nice one.
No, the youngest brother is the nice one. The one that starts with an R, I think, is the rude one.
Didn't they all start? Isn't it Reggie and Roland?
I don't remember. The
older one that's a dick.
the older one that's a dick, it's his turn to fight with Evie. So they are like sparring, and he gets her in like a headlock with like his knife to like show her like it was this easy for me to get that. And of course, who wakes up from his coma? Walks
At that
out
exact moment.
into the courtyard at that exact moment, but Tristan Maehrer, and he sees Evie in this position where the oldest brother is pinning her to him with a knife to her throat. So naturally, he jumps to all sorts of conclusions and starts to get a little bit angry, and he gets sort of jealous. Swoon. And then immediately unswoon.
Oh, so do we take one off?
Nah, keep it.
Yeah. Why are we unswooning? Tell me.
Because Tristan, so they are arguing back and forth because Evie's like, no, it's fine. Like, we're dueling. It's fine. Like this is normal.
Practice,
This is normal. And the oldest brother is like poking jabs at Tristan, and he's saying that why does that even matter? Like, Tristan is incapable of loving anyone. And Tristan said that's completely true. And like there is no exceptions to that. And like Evie is standing right there. And we can only imagine that the reason that he's saying this is because of what that creepy plant whispered to him.
I know, but I hate this because like it's like he's playing her.
I know. It's horrible.
Like, how can you sit there and make out with her and then say, I can't love anybody?
Exactly.
Like, you're sending so many mixed signals, and I get it. You're struggling with whatever it is yourself, but like, that's not fair to her.
It's not fair. And then it goes to break your heart even further because Becky's brother then says something along the lines of, well, who would even fall in love with you in the first place? Or how would anyone fall in love with you in the first place? And Evie says, I found it easy. Like, just straight out says that. And like, Tristan is looking at her and she's like on the verge of tears.
Right.
And Tristan's like, everyone needs to leave the courtyard right now. Like, everyone needs to go. Yeah. So
he's like, clearly shit, we have to talk about something.
Yeah, but they never do. Like, so everyone leaves, and Evie is like, don't know why you sent them away. There's apparently nothing here for us to do. And he's like, well, if you want to learn to fight, I'll teach you how to fight. So they're fighting, and Tristan captures her, and tells her to get herself out of the situation. So she looks up and kisses him. And he releases her after everything. She does it spitefully to prove a point.
I understand, but at the same time, I'd still be so hurt.
I'd be hurt.
Like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, don't talk to me. I would shut down. And I wouldn't want to be playful and to prove points. And
yeah. And he's like, why did you do that? And she's like, well, it worked, didn't it? Like, apparently, I think she's getting at, clearly my affection means nothing, so why not use it to my advantage? Type thing. Like,
so sad.
Use it as a weapon, apparently, because the one person that I thought I loved and I thought that he maybe had the same feelings as I did, apparently doesn't have the capability of loving me ever. So why not use it? And I think she did it to prove a point. And they're like sitting there staring at each other. And he's like, I mean, I guess it worked. And then, of course, while they're actually starting to talk, the Valiant Guard interrupts them. These people get interrupted more often than anyone I really
just want to I want to be like, listen, lock them in a room, like, fucking talk. No one is coming in. No one's doing anything. You guys just need to talk.
Nick, you've read the next book. You have the next book. You tell me how that works. So Tristan,
spoiler, it doesn't.
Spoilers, yeah. I didn't say anything else. I'm just saying, you tell me how you think it works. Tristan fights off the Valiant Guard. So they're fighting. He's using his magic. He's using his fisties, but he's like tired, right? So
he was unconscious there for a while.
Exactly. He's literally just half dead. So he falls on top of Evie. And after he like shoo, and kills like 2 of them at one time. And then the other 2 run away. So he falls on top of Evie, and like they're sharing like this really weird, like heated moment. And he's like, oh, wait, shit. 2 of them just got away. And she's like, well, stop them. And he's like, if you wish. So he sends his magic out and offs them. And I just think that's
As
so
you
cute.
wish. It's like
As
the
you
Princess
wish.
Bride. I love it.
Absolutely, I will. So he kills them, and out of nowhere they hear this blood-curdling scream coming from the manor. And Evie immediately knows it's her mother.
Yeah.
So she takes off running for the manor. Tristan obviously follows her. And they get inside, and Evie is like panicking, looking around. She's not seeing her mom anywhere. And Tati comes over to her and she's like, Evie, calm down, relax. And the screaming is still happening, and it's sending Evie into a panic attack. So like at this point, she's like on her knees holding her ears because it's terrifying. The last time she heard her mother scream like that was the last time she saw her mother in that field. And it's just bringing back so many bad memories.
Yeah.
Yes. So Tati's like, it's just a plant. It's okay. It's mocking. It's like mimicking what she was doing.
Yeah.
She's not here. She's not in pain. It's okay. So Becky comes in and she's like, that's impossible. There are no plants that do this anymore. Or if there is, it's not here. And the brothers are right behind Becky, and they're like, tell her. And Raina is standing there like, and then her dad's like, Raina, it's like no use, just tell them. So Raina,
Sorry, I really hate Raina.
I
mean, I hated her beforehand, but
I really
like
hate her now.
it gets down to a whole new level.
She reveals that she did have Nura Sage there, and she was trying to help Nora control her power by using this plant that would capture I think they were trying to like suction some of the power out of her so she wasn't as in pain or whatever, however Raina is describing it. But it ended up doing it too much.
Yeah.
And it killed Nora Sage.
Yeah.
And the only thing that was left of her was like this vial of ash, stardust ash.
Stardust, yeah.
And a plate. This like gemmy plate thing. But the kicker is that apparently Raina has been working with King Benedict this whole time.
Yeah.
Since she made a deal to sell Becky's magic to the king without Becky's consent, she has been working with King Benedict this entire time. And the brothers just found that out. They didn't know this whole time. This is new to them. They found out right before everyone else is finding out. So Raina's a piece of shit, essentially.
Horrible, yes. She's as bad as I feel like as Evie's dad is.
Yes, she is. She's on the exact same level as Evie's dad. And Becky is distraught for Evie.
Yeah.
And she's like,
didn't the mom in the beginning be like, oh yeah, like we'll go send word for your mom?
Yes.
Like, she's like pretending she's still alive, fully well knowing she's dead.
Yes. And Becky said, why would you do that to her?
Yeah.
Why would you tell her that she is safely in another area and that you're bringing her back?
Yeah.
When you killed her, why would you do that to her? And her mother's excuse was because she wanted Becky to stay longer. And she thought if she made up this excuse, that Becky would stay. And Becky's like, what happens when Nora Sage never shows up? And she's like, well, I figured that we would just make up another excuse that she wasn't ready. No.
I don't understand these parents. I don't know how these people got these parents. I don't understand what they're just so self-centered and selfish and like all about them. It is absolutely ridiculous.
It's disgusting. And Becky looks her in the eye and says, well, congratulations, because I'm not coming back. I'm done. I will come back when you are good and dead. to
Yeah,
claim
really.
my family name and my magic. I'm never coming back.
Right. And good for her, because one, it's gonna be hard, but like she needs to do that for herself
She
too.
needs to do it for herself for sure.
Yeah.
And I think that she is just so upset on behalf of Evie
Yeah.
that she's like, I'm just done.
Right.
So they all jump on the back of Fluffy, and the entire flight back home, Becky is holding Evie's hand. The
Aw.
entire flight back home.
Yeah.
I love Becky and Evie's relationship.
I do now, yeah. I
It
do now.
has-
In the beginning, I was very suspicious of her. I did not like her. I love that she I don't like to say that I love that she has a backstory, but like I like
Yes.
that we know more about her backstory, so it gives her
Yeah.
more depth to her. So I'm like, okay, so like that's why she acts
That's
the way
why.
she acts, and that's all right. And like they do share, like no matter even back then in Assistant to the Villain, no matter what was going on, even if they were beefing, they never said anything bad about each other,
Never.
other people, or like anything like that. They always said it to each other. So
Yep.
like they're true girls. You
They
know what I
are.
mean?
They are. And
Yeah.
that's what I loved Becky from the very get. So it just warms my heart to see this progression
Yeah.
that was always there, but she never had the friends that
Yeah.
she could trust enough to let that portion out.
Both of them. Both
Yeah.
of them. Yeah.
Exactly. So I love this for both of them.
Yeah.
But back at the manor, they learn that everything has gone to shit,
Of course.
right? The Valiant Guard has attacked the
Mhm.
manor, the massacre manor. And apparently King Benedict has more guards than he knows what to do with, because there were guards at the Fortress Manor. There's now guards attacking Massacre Manor.
I mean, he is king. I feel like he has an army.
I guess so, but damn, you're just sending them every which direction.
Yeah, I guess so.
And then he had people coming because, like, Raina called them. They were on their way, and that's why there were some of them in the forest, and they could get into the fortress. That's why
Yeah.
they could get in there, because she called them. She
Right.
said, "Hey, they're here. Come get them."
Right. Yeah.
So he's just got people
Everywhere.
floating on everywhere.
Yep.
But so the Valiant Guard is attacking, and Keely and Gideon have a cute little moment.
They're having more cute moments.
They're having more cute moments.
Yep.
But she trusts him enough to help defend the manor,
yeah.
essentially. And they found out, so when everyone goes back to the manor after this fight, they find out that when this battle was happening, they found Lissa locked in her father's cell down
Which
in the
is
dungeons.
So sad. That
Yep.
poor little girl.
Poor little nugget. Because she's been secretly meeting with Daddy-O.
Mm-hmm.
And she tells Evie that a while ago, someone slipped her a note underneath of her door
Yeah.
that said that her dad wants to meet with her, and he wants to apologize, and he wants to explain.
Yeah.
So she's been going down there and meeting with him, and he's been gaining her trust slowly and surely until she got the keys, which she stole from Becky's key ring, and unlocked the cell. And then he did the shittiest thing a dad could do and turned on her and locked her in the cell and made a run for it. So now Papa is on the run.
I hated this so much because Lissa is a child,
She's a baby.
but she is 10, so she should know a little bit better.
I mean,
And I don't understand why she didn't tell Evie about the note. Or saying, hey, I've been talking to Papa. I think we should do this. So why was that not a conversation?
I think because he was telling her not to. And my thought, I know that she's like 10 at this point, but so much has happened to her that I think mentally she's not. Like, she through so much shit, especially recently.
Yeah.
Literally everyone that she thought that was there for her, it turns out they were lying to her. She has been seeing her dad lie and use Evie for years.
Yeah.
And like, she's just realizing this because she was too young to put two and two together beforehand.
Yeah,
I think that she's like, she's naive. She thinks that her dad is like apologizing and he's truly sorry, and that he's probably telling her, like, I'm gonna tell Evie all of this too, and we can like go back to how things were and it'll be okay. Like, she's little, she wants her family back, she doesn't have
Yeah.
a mom anymore. Her brother freaking disappeared and was dead for how long, and then all of a sudden is coming back.
Well, she
She
wouldn't
doesn't-
know him anyway either because she was such a baby.
No,
Yeah,
she doesn't.
He's
So
a complete
she
stranger.
doesn't trust him yet. She
Yeah.
doesn't know him. Evie is always out with the villain and like trying to better their lives and do everything she can, but like she's not there all the time.
Right.
They've been going out and about, like they are out and about in this book more than they are at Massacre Manor.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Lissa only really has
Her dad.
Edwin
Yeah.
to talk
yeah,
to,
yeah.
and now her dad, and that's her
Yeah.
dad is her only family. So I think that she's just like, I have to believe him, right? He's saying that he's gonna turn it around and he's so sorry, and King Benedict made him do it or whatever,
Right,
whatever
yeah.
he's telling her.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she thinks that he's true to his word. Clearly he's not.
Right.
But Evie, of course, forgives Lissa.
Yeah.
You know,
She
she's
was
like, it's
all
not
young
your
and
fault.
she doesn't know better, and
Yeah.
adults are manipulating her.
Exactly. And now Evie's like, well, to add fuel to the fire, I have to inform both of you that our mother is dead.
Right.
And Evie thinks that Lissa's gonna take it horribly, especially after what just happened.
Right. Right.
And Lissa's like, that's okay.
And she didn't really know her either.
No, but Evie's like, I thought you would be more upset. And she's like, you have always been and continue to be all I need, which is adorable.
I
So-
know, and I love that she recognizes that.
Yeah.
It's sad that she recognizes.
It's sad
it in
that
a
she
sense,
recognizes that for
but
sure.
it's also nice that she
But it's
recognizes that.
yes,
Yeah.
and like she finally recognized that. I wish she would have recognized that before she let her dad out of the cell.
Well, that would help a lot.
But she's little.
Mm.
So they go to bed. Long day. Evie wakes up in the middle of the night, out
Mm-hmm.
of her slumber, because she's like, who was slipping Lissa notes under the door
Right.
to meet our father?
Right. Right.
So she's like, I feel like I just whoop, right over my head when she told me that. So she goes to Tristan in his room, middle of the night, and she says, someone was slipping notes to Lissa under the door.
Right.
We have another fucking rat
Problem. Yeah.
in Massacre Manor. And Tristan's like, well, that's a real problem. That is a real problem. And Evie's like, what are we gonna do about it? And he's like, I don't know. It's like
It's the middle of the night, babe.
3 o'clock in the
I'm
morning.
tired.
he's like, we can try to work through this tomorrow, figure this
Yeah,
out
yeah.
tomorrow. And she's like, yeah, you're right. Okay, I just had to, get that out of my head. And she's like going to leave, and he stops her and he says, Evie, did you give a job to an older woman with 3 kids before you met me? And she's like, looks at him and she's like, yeah, actually, the day that I met you, I got a maid position, and it was the last position, and there was a woman behind me. And she had 3 kids with her, and they told her they didn't have anything else to give her, and she needed it more than I did. So I resigned, and she got to take that assignment. And Tristan was like, huh. Okay. I think that we should keep our distance from each other from now on. And Evie's like, it's like whiplash. He's
First of all,
hot.
how do
He's
you find
cold.
that out?
He's hot. He's cold. He's hot. He's cold.
And I hate it. I understand, again, he is struggling with his own feelings, but you're putting Evie through it as well. And
As
that is
well.
not okay.
Yeah. And then he turns around and shuts his bedroom door. And she's like,
That's
all right. So I guess she goes back to bed. So it turns out that the woman with 3 kids
Yeah.
was actually the destiny plant that
Mhm.
tortured Tristan in the Fortis estate in
I don't-
disguise.
I
I
don't
missed that
understand
the
how
first.
I don't understand how that magic works.
Neither
how did-
do I.
How did this plant turn into this woman with 3 kids? How? What's happening here?
No clue.
Okay.
I have no idea.
I think I like skimmed over that because I didn't understand it. was
I
like, "No, whatever."
completely missed it the first time. When I was reading this for this very episode,
Yeah. Yeah.
I paused it and rewound it and listened to it again. And I was like, did this just drop in here like tonight? Because I don't recall going over this at all my first read. I feel like the first time that I read this, I would have been like, what? I wasn't because I don't remember this.
Yeah.
So I
yeah.
was a little shocked.
I don't
And
know how
then-
it happens. Like you said, in disguise. I don't know.
I don't know
it
how a
happens, how
plant goes in
does that.
disguise, but it
Also,
did.
can I be honest with you? I think the first time I read this book, I genuinely thought it was like a monster.
Yeah, and it wasn't a plant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
why,
I don't know.
but it's a plant.
It is a
When you
plant.
said it was a plant, I
I
was like,
think
oh, I guess it is a plant, but I thought it was a monster.
I think
thought he
it's
was,
the
like,
gladiator ring.
Probably. That
Yeah.
threw me off, and I was like, oh, he's facing a monster.
I mean, it is like a monstrous plant, but it's the destiny plant. It's a plant.
Yeah.
And it's like it has this bright white light and like it's blinding to look at. And I guess it can transform into different forms. And
guess so. So that's why I thought it was a monster. I was like, oh, it's a monster.
it is a monster. It, for all intents and purposes, that is a monster.
True. Very true.
But we find out in this very moment because Tristan is talking to Kingsley and he's saying, oh my God, the destiny plant told me that that's what happened. And she just confirmed that that's what happened. And he reveals that the destiny plant whispered to him, you were always meant to meet Evie Sage, Tristan Maehrer, just as she is meant to be your downfall and you her undoing.
Mm-hmm. Remember those words because they follow.
They follow. But he, in my opinion, he takes it the complete wrong way.
100%.
Again.
I have a whole book right here to tell you.
Tell you that he done messed up
He
that
interprets that thing
interpretation.
too much. He read way too into that.
He sure does, because that just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, because you also have to think that like he's already changing from being the horrible bad villain. So like
Exactly.
his downfall would be like him
Changing
rising
from
up.
the villain
And
to
her
yeah,
undoing is she's always like this perfect, sweet, nice person she feels like she has to be. So her undoing might be who
Exactly.
she authentically is, how she feels inside.
exactly.
Yeah.
And that's how I interpreted it when I read it. But it is
also,
not at
who
all.
cares? Just get together anyway.
And that was okay. So that was my initial before. So we've discussed that Justine is not good at riddles. Don't
Yeah,
give me a problem to
don't I.
solve because I'm
No.
not solving it.
No riddles, no foreshadowing. I'm not going to see it
no,
coming.
no. So the first time that I read that portion in my mind, I said, then who the fuck cares? If you already know that you're
Right.
destined to fail and for it to be your undoing and something ruinous is going to happen,
Right.
do it. Who cares? It's destined to happen anyway.
Right.
Just do it. Make
Right.
yourself happy for the X
You're
amount
not
of
gonna
time
change
that you
it.
have.
Yeah.
No. You're not
Just
going to
do it.
change the destiny plant who can transform into people. You're not
Right.
going to change that.
No.
So just do it. Be
Mhm.
happy for a year, 2 years, 5, however long you've got. Be happy.
Right. Right. I understand it because it's also like it's not even like, oh, I'm gonna ruin her and be happy. No, like you're also downfalling. You're
You
both
are
ruining
also-
each other.
Yep.
So, yeah,
So-
I understand.
Okay. So we get to chapter 81.
Okay, yeah. I see your. Can I just say I love your notes. Chapter 81 actually kills me, and here's why.
I am going to read you an excerpt from chapter 81.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
from this
Is
page.
is this when you Snapchatted me crying?
Yes.
Okay.
So let's do a quick like recap of what's happening before I read this to you. So chapter 81 opens and everyone, once again, because no one can fucking do anything by themselves, is standing outside of Evie and Lissa's bedroom, right? And there's a kerfluffle going on in there. We're not sure what's going on in there. And everyone's like, give him, the benefit of the doubt. And I'm like, what's happening? Are we hot and cold again? Is Evie and Tristan in there? Why are we opening like this? There's a knock on the door. It's Edwin's knocking on the door, and he has a tray of stuff. And Tristan opens the door, and he's clad in pink fluffy boas, and he's got hats on and glasses, and he looks like
This
a
is
character.
part of the hot and cold shit, though.
It is. It is. He looks like a character out of Alice in Wonderland in my mind.
Yeah.
And he's inspecting the stuff that Edwin's bringing, right? He has specialty teas and chocolates and cookies brought in for a tea party with Lissa Sage. So the villain and Lissa are having a tea party in Lissa's bedroom.
Isn't this the cutest?
It's the cutest fucking thing in the entire goddamn world. And he went through great measures to make sure that this was a special tea party. Literally has an assortment of things that he's inspecting to make sure they are good for this tea party. So he goes back to the table with the tea and the pastries. He pours himself some tea and he goes to drink it. And Lissa says, whoa, 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 Lord Tristan, you can't drink that. You need to pour my doll a cup first.
Yeah.
And Evie's standing there and she's like, this is where he's gonna
break.
he's gonna say, you know
Yeah.
what, I'm done. I
I'm
can't
done.
do this
I'm out.
anymore. So she starts walking over there to do it for him because that's Evie. She has to fill in. And he says, where are my manners? I'm so sorry, and apologizes to the doll and pours the doll tea. And Evie, I'll read you what Evie says in her head.
Mm-hmm.
This is page 324.
This is what we're all thinking, by
If
the
anyone
way.
else wants to read it along. She says, by the gods, she loved him. She loved his smile and his rare laughter. She loved that in one moment she could be fiercely protective, and in the next he could be soft and unsure. She loved that he understood her, perhaps better than anyone she'd ever known, that he made her importance known without placation, that he'd given her a reason to wake up in the morning, a reason to rush to get ready, not only to get to work, though she loved her work, but to get to him. There could never be another person in the world in the whole of the world she could feel this way about. And then she remembered his words. We should keep our distance. Swoon!
I know.
But how sad.
I know.
Because right after she has this, like she's standing there watching him interact with her little sister, dressed up in pink ruffles, pouring tea for her sister's dolls, and she's just staring at him. And she's like, I am just hopelessly in love with this man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know, and that's why I hate the hot and cold. Because he's putting her through this. Like, either be a bad guy and keep your distance, or don't.
It's the flippin' floppin' is not,
Like,
it's not
what-
cool.
Tell me what woman out there isn't going to fall a little bit in love with someone that they already like.
Mm-hmm.
And they're so nice and playful with their little sister and dressing up as a crazy thing at the tea party, talking to her dolls. What
Especially,
woman's not going to fall in love with that?
especially a woman who raised that sister. Like,
Yeah.
Lissa is not just her sister.
Right. That's
She
like her
has
daughter.
been raising her since
Yeah.
Evie has been 7, 8.
Right.
She has been raising Lissa
Right.
on her own, essentially. Her mother died. No, her mother disappeared. Her brother died. Her father has the mystic illness and can't work.
There's no
What
way Evie was 7 or 8 when her mom died, because Lissa's 10. That would make Evie 18 and then villain 29.
Guys, we don't know the ages. Okay, we're speculating. They're in here somewhere, but we read for the vibes. We don't read for the factuality.
I was just thinking of that. And I was like, wait a minute, the math ain't mathing on that.
If anybody would like to fact check us, we know we're wrong, so it doesn't matter. But
I
if
know
you'd
for a
like-
fact Lissa is 10, and I know for a fact that the villain is 29. That is all I know.
if anyone would like to provide the real ages of everybody at certain points in the story, you just let us know. Drop them in the comments. Thanks. But yes, so while Evie is standing there admiring them, her face is like immediately falling because she remembers him saying, "We need to keep our distance. Like this can't be a thing."
Right.
And as she's thinking that, it's like the villain can sense that, so he's like looking at her, and he notices her face change,
Yeah.
and randomly he picks that moment to say, "Oh, Sage, I forgot to tell you, I had your desk moved to the alcove with all the windows on the opposite side of the office than where his office is."
Further being wishy-washy, hot and cold,
Moved
distancing
her whole
himself.
desk.
Like why would you kick a puppy when it's already down?
Exactly. Like, why did you do that? Because he doesn't want it's the forced proximity that he's trying to avoid.
I know, but it's the forced proximity that I love.
That I love. Same. Me too. And like Evie immediately knows she's not stupid. She knows that something happened. And the reason that he's acting this way is because of what the Destiny monster plant thing said.
Honestly, good for her, because in my mind, if someone did this to me, I'd be like, oh, it must be me. Like, I would never even think it was the freaking plant. So good for her.
No, 100%. And she like smiles at him and she says, "You will regret that choice, I think." And he spits out his tea and says, "Excuse me?" And she said, "You heard me.
Yep.
You will regret that choice." And he said, "I don't regret anything." And she said, "I guess I'll just have to make you." Evie, Sage. I can't. I wouldn't have the faculties.
So good.
It's so good. She's
so
so
good.
on top of it. And she
Yes.
knows. She knows in her head that this is not him making this decision.
Yeah. Because she knows him.
She knows him.
She knows him. So she's
Yeah.
like, all right, I'll prove you. All
I'll
right.
prove you wrong. I will
Yeah.
prove you wrong. And you would think that that is where this book ends, but it is not. So after this, right? Because she says, "I'll just have to make you." He drops his teacup because clearly he's bothered.
Right.
And startles Lissa a little bit, who has the vial of stardust. Why does Lissa have the vial of remaining stardust? I don't know. But she drops it and it shatters onto that crystal plate thing that their mom left them. And it erupts. So Tristan grabs Lissa and Evie. Are you ready for another swoon? And jumps on top of them and shields them. Swoon. And protects them, right? Because he's like, "What's happening? Something's blowing up." And they look up and this crystal plate is glowing. Tristan had a small amount of stardust on a necklace that he was wearing.
Where did you get that?
I don't know where he got that.
Okay.
And poured it onto the remaining piece of it, and it turned into a piece of the night sky. And Evie's mind clears. It's like she has seen the light.
Yeah.
There some quotes pop up in her head when the giant tells her to the daughter of wishing stars.
Yeah.
And Raina says to her that the night swallowed Nora Sage whole.
Yep.
And then the giant says to her again at the end, "I hope you'll return to see the stars." And Evie's like, "Oh, motherfuck. We need to go back to the caves right now."
Yep.
And Tristan, talk about hot and motherfucking cold, says, "Lead the way, Sage. I'll follow you." This is you. I trust you. 100% I trust you. So he literally says, "I'm following you, Sage." Swoon. So
stop making me mad at you.
Yeah, stop it. So they go back to the caves, right? And it looks completely different than what it looked like the last time they were there. It's dilapidated. There's no sentry there. The trees, the kissing trees are split in half. They're no longer touching. There's vines growing across the cave that they need to go into to fall into the sky. So they go. They fall into the sky, and Evie looks up and she sees that there is a piece of sky missing from this world place that they're in. And she's like, Cool. The giant emerges and she's like, I have something that belongs to you, and hands him the piece of sky. He's so excited because he's got his sky back. He puts it up there. And at one point, Evie goes to hand the plate thing to the giant, and Tristan like automatically like stops her. And then he pulls back and he's like, oh, sorry, go ahead. You can do your thing. That's my bad. I didn't mean to stop you. It was instinctive, which is very swoon worthy.
See, and I'm wondering if he's learning from his past mistakes of trying to stop her.
I don't know. I can't get a read on it because one second he's like, no, you can't do this. We need to stay away. And the next second is like, he's like, oh, I'll protect you. Wait, you got this. You powerful woman. I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what's going through his head.
Right.
But so he puts the sky back, and Evie realizes that her mother is a wishing star. It is the star that Evie always looks up and sees and talks to, the one that has always shined brighter than every other star. That is her mother. So her mother is not alive. She is not a human any longer. She is a star.
Yes.
So the giant plucks her right out of the sky, plops her down, and her mom's telling her that she's been watching them the whole time. And she says that she knows Tristan. She's been seeing everything that has gone on. And Tristan is like
everything?
And she's like,
even the sketchy moments?
everything. And I love that for her. She's fully up to date, this girl. And then there's a rumble. The sky starts falling apart. Things start breaking. And the giant says, it's found us.
It.
Who is it? I don't
It's
know.
found us. What does that mean?
No clue. But they leave. They bring Nora back to Massacre Manor. Tati's checking her over, making sure she's okay. Nora's power is subdued because she used all of it to live as a star, right?
Right.
And she randomly reveals that there are 4 parts to the prophecy. There's not just 3 like they thought. So the 4 objects. So the villain who was once kind, the Gwarves, the Givras, the and the wishing starlight. So Nora Sage's power, and something that she says that she can't remember.
How convenient.
And bitch, why are you bringing it up though?
Right.
Is what I don't get.
Right.
Anyway, as Tristan was leaving, he's like, oh, I'm exhausted. Everyone's exhausted. We should all like give Nora some space, all this jazz. So he's leaving, and the back of his hand brushes against Evie's hand, and he literally stumbles.
He's so down bad for her. He just needs to admit it.
Swoon. He stumbles after touching her hand. And
so
she
down
like
bad.
looks at him like, we need to keep our distance, Tristan. Remember? Do you remember?
Remember.
And then this is where Gideon pulls Evie aside, and he's like, hey, I've been trying to tell you something for like a week now, and like it's been hard to pinpoint you, and like when you and the villain are not arguing or eye fucking, like it's just difficult to get you alone.
Yeah.
I need to tell you something, and it's pretty serious. And Evie's like, what's happening? And he said, so you remember when you took the sleeping death fruit? And she's like, nope, yep, I remember that. And he's like, and you remember how I was supposed to get to you and give you the anecdote so you would wake up in the proper amount of time? And she said, yeah, and it works. Like, I am not dead. And he's like, and he gives her the anecdote that was never used. And she's like, what is this? And he's like, this is the anecdote. I couldn't make it to you. I couldn't get over to you.
She was never given it.
No. She was like, that's impossible. There's only one cure for the sleeping death fruit. And Gideon smiles very coyly.
Of course.
And he's like, there is not just one cure, Evie. And she's like, what do you mean? There's only one cure. And he's like, Evie, there are 2 cures. Love. Tristan's love was her cure and woke her up from the death fruit.
Because it's true love.
Yeah.
Also, if you think about it, he kissed her hand
He
or
kissed
whatever,
her hand.
and now she can see his shadows.
And it's true love's kiss. It woke her
It's
up from the death.
True love's kiss.
Swoon.
I know, right? It's like a fairy tale written for adults, and I think that's why I love it.
And I think that's why I also love it. Same.
It's a fairy tale written for adults. I love it.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Evie makes another wish. She is standing in front of that window and she says, "Beware the wrath of a kind heart." So I just feel like
I
so
know. I
this
mean,
is
if I'm just going up here, it says the villain who was once kind, Evie. What's going on
Evie.
here?
Evie. And that's the end of the book.
Yeah.
That's the end of the book. There is an epilogue where it's in Gideon's point of view, and he's like searching for the fourth thing, right?
Yeah.
And for some reason, he stops on "Be aware of the blackened good heart." And it like stops. He's just saying, "This is important. Oh my God, I found it." And like, that's it.
Right.
So obviously that's important. And the fact that Evie had said right before that, "Beware the wrath of a kind heart." And then immediately Gideon stresses the "be aware of the blackened good heart." There's something, I feel like in this next book, a lot of shit's about to happen.
Well, I mean, it is called Accomplice.
It is called Accomplice to the Villain.
Where you're the one that you're talking about is Apprentice. So she's obviously leveling up
Yep.
in her villainry.
Yes. Yep.
So I am excited to share with you everything that happens in this book. And
I'm
where that goes,
excited.
and then our thoughts on where she might be going.
I am most
From there
excited
with Adversary.
with Adversary.
villain.
I am most excited to discuss because it's been a hot second, right? It's been at least a year
Yeah.
since Adversary came out. Yeah, she's been pretty spot on because this came out when I had my son Jensen. He'll be 2 in
This
August.
came out August 2025.
Yep. So last year, last August.
Yeah.
So she's been really good at just like hitting them every year.
Yeah.
So I am most excited to finish this recap for Accomplice
Yeah.
and try and fucking
right in.
figure out what is happening. Yeah, dive right into
Yes.
Adversary. So I am so pumped to
Yes. 'Cause the ending of this, like the true ending of this,
I don't 100% remember, and I'm really excited. So what we did here, because we have read these books already, we split them up to recap for this so that we could do a quick recap before Adversary came out, before we did our live show and discuss the first 10 chapters of Adversary to the Villain. So Nikki did a deep dive into Assistant to the Villain. I did a deep dive into Apprentice, and Nikki did a deep dive into Accomplice. We've both read these books before. I've read Assistant to the Villain more than one time because I truly do love that first book. So this is just a recap for all of us. So Nikki has not reread Apprentice. I have not reread Accomplice. So everything that we're discussing is kind of like,
refresh.
refreshing
our memory.
Yeah, so I'm super excited to dive into this next sequence and try and figure out what the fuck is going on here.
Literally, though. Would you like to know your swoon count though for this book?
Oh no, for this book, what's my swoon count? Hold on, let me write it down.
What do you think it is? Well, I didn't know. This is for the whole book.
I don't know. My lights just went out. Did you see that?
I did see that.
Swoon count for the whole book. Is it 10?
Higher.
12?
Higher.
Is it 20?
No.
Okay.
It's 18.
18.
18.
Wow.
Yeah.
Keeping a note of my swoon count here, guys.
18 swoons.
18. I mean, I feel like they're swoon worthy. I'm going to have more swoons as you're discussing the next book, if we're going to be completely honest. If I remember some things correctly.
Yeah.
The swoon count's about to jack up.
So much. There's the whole, without getting too into it beforehand, there's the whole, I gotta protect her kind of thing in this, and we gotta keep our distance. But the struggle with keeping our distance,
right? And that's my favorite. I need to reread this book, I think. Like we're gonna go through. I'm not gonna have time, but I really want to reread it.
It is very good. I won't lie to you. My whole thing was just to like skim through it to like remember things, and I think I
Yeah.
sat here like reading every single. I was like, oh yeah, like I just kept actually reading it. And I reread the whole book.
It makes sense.
Yeah,
Because it's so freaking good.
it
This
is.
series is so good. I
The
truly
The banter, the teasing, it's so good.
It's so good.
It
I
really is.
truly can't wait until this fourth book comes out. It's black
Wow.
and pink, and it has me a little nervy. I'm excited about it, but I'm a little nervous.
I'm really excited. I just really hope there's not so many POVs.
POVs, Hannah.
Stop it with the POVs.
Please.
Make a nice little novella. Do a spin-off of the characters. I don't care, but just no need for so many POVs.
One can help.
Well, that's all I'm gonna
One
say.
can only hope.
But we'll talk about it next
Yep.
time. So
We will talk about it next week. Everybody, make sure you read up. We're starting Accomplice to the Villain next week. If you guys have any comments, feel free to drop them. Share your opinions. But we will see you next Friday. Yay! Yay! Goodbye, everybody.
bye everyone. Enjoy your weekend.